Hey guys, welcome back to Archangel RC. I will be boring you with another video of the Crosswind Mini today, but it is a hot topic for me right now and the plane is getting quite a lot of airtime. So, over the weekend I decided to do some endurance tests and also to test out the new motors I got from my flight dream for this plane, the 510 kV ones, and the new antenna they sent me for the Crossbow Mini antenna tracker. Now, I am going to go through the flights quickly and then let you enjoy some proximity flying. So, first endurance run was with the 700 kV motors I took from the Believer and I let the autopilot do the flight on its own, though it was in very windy weather with lots of thermals, so was not ideal, and yet it still managed about 85 to 90 minutes of flight on a 6S 10.5 amp hour battery, drawing just under 10 amp hours out of it. The next day I installed the 510 kV motors and ran the test again. Sadly, this time the GPS decided to stop working. This has been an issue since day one, perhaps some cable problem, and I still haven't fixed it, so I had to do the flying myself. There was almost no wind to speak of and lots of clouds, so it was very calm and the conditions were very nice for an endurance, so I just set the throttle at a constant level and kept flying around. Battery lasted just over 100 minutes before it got low enough for me to land, which is a good improvement over the other motors, but I can't help but think that the calm weather and me keeping the throttle constant had something to do with it. The plane was still able to gain a little altitude over the course of the flight, but I think the conditions were just more favorable overall. In addition, usually the biggest gains are from using larger props, which I'm not planning to do at this point, but I think I will see better performance in some situations because at max throttle these motors still draw less than the 700 kV ones. So I can safely say that flight time can reach up to 100 minutes, which is quite good, especially if that doesn't change much when you add a gimbal or some mapping gear depending on the application. I also wanted to test the new patch antenna that I got from my flight dream for the Crossbow Mini. This thing is still a sample, so it is not up for sale on their website yet, but I hope it will soon be. Install the tracker was very easy because it came with the bracket, so I just unscrewed the other antenna and screwed this one in and was done in no time. Also allowed me for a better and cleaner installation of the video receiver, but I do have to set up my wireless relay still, so there is some more work to do on this thing. Anyway, I had some crappy antenna on the video transmitter, but I still decided to do a range test on the 250 milliwatts I have the AKK Dominator still set to, and imagine my surprise when I made it out to 14 kilometers and still had some adequate image on my monitor. The panel antenna is 21 dB, so I guess gain on its own is a good thing, even with the crappy antenna on the plane. I assume it will be much better when I use a proper antenna for the plane, but it is impressive what is possible outside the city. This linear polarization is not doing so great in the city with all the interference from all sorts of radio frequency sources. We'll transition to circular at some point, but really wanted to test this antenna out as it was so easy to mount and I have yet to bump that Dominator up to the 2-watt output option and see what range I will be able to do. And then the second part of that flight was dedicated to trying to get the plane stuck in a tree or just do an accidental landing somewhere far from me, though with the terrain around here I can't really go out too far, too close to the ground, because I get behind a hill very quickly, but I still had some great fun with what was available close by, so I will let you enjoy it. You can find useful links below the video and I appreciate the support should you buy anything through them. Link for my Patreon page is also available. Likes and shares are always welcome, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing. Happy and safe flying, and I will see you in the next one.